don't have an intro or anything like that normal people use on YouTube, but I will try my best to explain a story time of something that I experienced paranormal. Grab back talkies, because if you don't have talkies, then I hate you. I'm just kidding, no I don't. But I know this looks very messy. This is not my room at all. This is just like a part of the house that I found very good lighting here. So excuse the mess. Anyway, so today I'm going to be telling this channel about a story time. I don't really know what I'm doing. I've never done this whole YouTube thing, but I would like to slowly show my experiences and show just little pranks and all that extra stuff and explain my life story the more that I get into this. This is literally like my second video. So today I'm going to be explaining something very creepy, but it did happen. So yeah, me, my mom, and my uncle, and I think it was the person my mom was with at the time, we all went to IHOP. We all went to IHOP, and we were eating. Everything was fine. Like, nothing went bad. Then, after we had left, like IHOP, everybody was having a good time talking in the car. I was like 9 or 10 at the time. There was like, this is IHOP, and then there's like a little drive-through, and then this is the main road. Right before the little drive-through, there's like a puddle of water, like a really deep puddle of water, and I don't know why it was there. It didn't even rain, but it was just there. And as we were driving out, because we had to go home after that, we went left. This is left on my side. I don't know what it is on that side, but it is left on this side for me. And I looked back, and there was like this little girl. She didn't look creepy at all. She just had like pink shoes on. She had long white socks on, and she had, what does she have? She had like a pink dress on, and then like this little white little fluffy thing on her neck and around her like arms and stuff. Just like a classy little outfit, basically. And as we're driving out, I kept looking back. I'm like, why is she in the middle of a puddle? Like, especially right here where there's cars and there's IHOP. Like, that's weird. That just was just weird to me. So then we're still leaving. I look back, and this big greenish, like, throw-up-y colored van literally drives right through her. Like, right through her. I didn't have any history on a little girl. Like, it's just random. I looked at my uncle and my mom, and I was like, did y'all just see that? Did y'all just see that weirdness that just happened? That car just literally went through that little person? They did not see it. Anyway, I started talking to them like a normal kid would, and we're just listening to the radio. So then we're passing by, IHOP is long gone now, and we're passing by this like old gas station because we're at a stoplight. And the gas station is to the right of me. It's abandoned, but it's like one of those little tiny ones. It's like the little tiny square ones that you just in and out type of thing. It's not really, it got like 2 pumps, nothing all serious. It was broken down though and all that. And everything was locked and boarded up, but you could see like the windows inside. You could see like a little bit. And I thought I had saw a worker because she had like a green and white striped shirt on with like a name tag, obviously, that has her name on it. You could see that it was a female. She had, a bulge in her shirt, and then she had like a little like long ponytail. So I'm like, maybe she's just cleaning up, because it was just pure dark. It was dark outside. There was like little lights from the street lights and stuff, but the inside of there was dark, and you could tell that there was a person in there. Like, it was as clear as day, you can tell. And I kept looking at her, and we're at the stoplight, so we're not going nowhere. And she turns, and she's like, and her mouth went like, it went super wide. I know I look retarded by doing that, but like her mouth got wide to where you would think somebody's jaw broke to be able to open your mouth that wide. It just opened up all the way up here, and I'm like, okay, that's not normal. That is not normal at all. That is not normal. I repeat. I told them again. Nobody really listened, because they were kind of like, oh, you're 9 or 10 years old. They're not really gonna. they're not gonna not believe you, but it's not really something serious where you're gonna have to call the cops or something. It's just something I saw. We ended up driving forward and I didn't see her no more. I looked back and I saw nobody in the store. So I thought those two incidents within those few minutes, that was just kind of weird. I never seen nothing weird like that. Nothing weird's ever happened to me. Then, I'll be honest with you. We went home, and at the time we had bunk beds because we were living with my uncle, and it was just a whole situation. And we had bunk beds. My mom and the person she was with slept in the bottom, and I slept in the top bunk. So I was sleeping, I had the covers over my face because I was like really cold that night. I don't know why. I kept getting like breezes of cold air, and it was very hot to everybody else. That's why I was like, that's kind of weird. But then my mom had to wake up in a few hours because we were out late. My mom had to wake up in a few hours for work. She was getting ready. My stepdad at the time said, "What the heck is that?" And this all happened like from the night to the day, and it's all different things, but it's all weird. So he's like, "What the heck is that?" And so he like blinked his eyes a couple times. He's like, to my mom, he's like, Madi, like, you got a little girl behind you. And I looked and I was like, okay, you're messing with us because I don't even see her. And if I saw something, I think I would be the first one to see it out of all of you. I'm the youngest, you know what I mean? So then he kept saying, no, there's literally somebody behind you. So I said, all right, well, I need to sleep. He woke up again like 10 minutes later saying, no, look, now she's in the corner, and I can hear her crying, like she's crying. So I'm getting freaked out because he's not going to keep that going, especially if he's fell asleep and woke up again and said it again. So then I wake up and he is sitting next to me and he's like, you're telling me that you don't see that little girl going like this, holding her hands out to your mom? And I was like, that's really weird. No, I don't. So then I ended up going to the bathroom. I came back. My mom's still getting ready in the room. She's like looking in the mirror. I go to lay down, and as soon as I put my head down, I saw it. I saw this little girl, and I swear to you, it was the same little girl that was standing in that puddle. There's a weird, different scenarios, but it all led up to the same girl. And I was like, why is that girl in our room? I was freaking out. I was like 9. You could imagine the terror that was going through my brain cells. I was freaking out. Then, the crazy part is, my mom turned around. She's like, you guys are freaking me out. What are you talking about? We didn't see her after a few minutes after that. It didn't last long. It didn't hurt us. Didn't do none of that. But I can tell you that was the same little girl that I saw at IHOP. Then, as my mom went to work, I think he went to work a few hours later, and I was staying home and I was watching TV. My mom was like, come outside, I'm picking you up, we're gonna go to the mall for a little bit. I just got out of work early. So I get into the car and we're going to the Osceola Mall because, that's where we lived right next to it. So we're going shopping and stuff, and this random lady next to the food court in the mall stops my mom and says, hey, can I talk to you for a bit? I feel this weird energy and I would like to talk to you about it. And then she said, has anybody you or any family members been noticing any weirdness, And it's weird because if a random lady can come up to you and knows that weirdness has been going on like the past few days or day, so that's kind of weird. And she was like, yeah, the spirit, of you, but the little you, because she had went through a lot when she was little, and I don't know why it would come now, but she said it's been following you. And then my stepdad had told her and said, yeah, we both saw something hold her hands out. There was something crying in the corner. She had mentioned before we said that there will be a little girl that will cry in the corner, and that's you crying in the corner, but that's you when you were little. And we're like, okay, but what is that? Is that a sign to something? Until this day, we still don't know what that means. She never told us, but she told us to just know that we're not going crazy, that she's into all that energy stuff, and she feels that was happening to us. And she had to sit my mom down and talk to her about it. And I was like, years have passed by, like many years have passed by. I haven't seen anything else that hasn't happened again. Then again, we have so much going on that I wouldn't even notice. But I did notice one thing. We ended up moving out of that place. This is not anything bad or like evil or none of that. I actually like creepy stuff. But these deck of cards, these little like symbolized deck of cards and stuff like that, they were literally left. Like, as soon as we moved everything out in our room, this was like standing in the middle of the room. Like, these cards were just standing in the middle of the room. And I was like, that's that's really weird. But I'm just gonna keep them because, you know, they look cool. Which most people would be like, you're freaking crazy. Why the heck do you have cards that you found? And basically, they had nothing to do with anything. They just randomly creepily, is that even a word? I don't know. But it was just in the middle. So I was like, okay. Oh well. Yeah, that's literally the craziness that happened. You know what? I am so upset. I got these Takis to eat them while I was in the video, and I didn't eat nothing. What a waste of Takis. Anyway, that was my little story time, something that I had seen. And I will definitely be coming with more because there's so much more interesting stuff that I really want to share on this. Hopefully everything that's going on will get fixed and I'll be able to do that, which I probably will, and show you everything that I do, show you my songs that I've been writing, my art, show you some pranks, show you all that weird stuff and more story time. There's other creepy ones, but nothing that I had seen. It's just something that I experienced, and there's just been a lot that I would love to just talk about. You know, if you don't have nobody to talk about your stories and stuff like that too, you know, make videos, I don't know. It took me a long time because I was like, I'm gonna do YouTube, and then years passed by, I did a video, and then months passed by, and a year passed by, I didn't do it anymore. I wasn't staying consistent because I just had so much going on that I will later on explain, which will probably blow your minds. But for the time being, even though I'm going through a lot, I still need to just level up because I never know where this is gonna go. So I hope you enjoyed this random storytime video, and sooner or later I'll have an intro and I'll talk about, you know, about myself, so you guys have a little clue about me and all the other stuff. So I hope everybody has an amazing day and stay warm, especially where I'm at, because I live in Florida and right now it's kind of chilly. It's trying to get cold, but it's just bipolar. But yeah.